I just had a trippy thought pattern, thought process, thought loop that I wanted to share with y'all, and it was about FOMO, the fear of missing out. Um, and I went through this whole conversation in my head, and thought about um, this one quote that a mentor told me, and he said, "You can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality." And that's um, uh, so basically, let me take you back to my first thought pattern, which was FOMO, fear of missing out. I have some friends who are in Ireland right now, having a great time, and what I do to cope with missing out, because even my grandfather's memorial is coming up, and what I'll do, and I'm going through the sales training, which is basically showing people the consequences of not changing. So I've been able to do what I've been able to do for so long because I ignore the consequences of changing. That's literally my superpower. is, is ignoring the consequences of missing out. Maybe not changing, because I am constantly changing. I think my friends would say that very much so, that I am constantly developing myself. Um, uh, some might even say to an extreme degree. It doesn't seem extreme to me. It's a conversation I had with another friend where it's like everyone says everything I do is extreme, but I don't look at them as extreme. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. I like it now that I'm aware of it. And yeah, I think that's what Alex Ramosi is really good at, which I'm not good at yet. Which is, he just doesn't care. I care. Maybe he does care. I'm assuming, and I'm speaking for him, which is not correct. It's my assumption that he does not care, and that could be true or that could be false. I do not know at this time. Um, Regardless, I care. So it hurts a lot, to miss out on these things. I'm just very good at ignoring it, and then it will eventually pile up, and I will feel it. Um, but I try not to. I try to just sit here and work all day. Um, because what hurts more is not getting to where I want to go. That hurts a lot more to me than enjoying the temporary moment of pleasure, and being with my friends, and drinking, even though I don't drink. But just being around them, because I've gotten a call from a couple of them, and I feel like I'm there, and it feels really good. Um, but I try to ignore it because of where I want to go. And for some reason, I feel like, one step off track is, a million steps backwards. You know, I don't know why I feel that way. Because a good buddy of mine just said it was super helpful. So um, I'm just not seeing what he's seeing. Um, but yeah, I just feel like I'm going to get further ahead by not participating in pleasure. But yeah, like what if you just didn't have any fear of missing out, Would you go work like, 40 years straight, miss birthdays, and but then you have the consequences, though, right? You have the consequences of not having relationships with your family because you miss out on their birthdays, and the family gatherings and the holidays. And that is not a consequence I have fully come to terms with yet, because I still uh, rarely, if ever, participate in those. You know, and that's something I'm okay with now, because I have not felt the effects of it. Is that something I will be okay with 10 years from now? I don't think so. But I just haven't realized that yet. Even though I'm aware that I'll probably regret it 10 years from now, I don't regret it now. So is having no FOMO a gift or is it a gift? Is it a blessing or is it a curse? I think it's a blessing if you're trying to achieve big things. How would it be a curse? It'd be a curse if you want relationships with your family. At this time, I don't want that though, because of the things that I'm going through. So. Yeah, I had a friend say, that he's been figured out. And what I mean by that is someone told him that he's just been so gifted, and he is gifted. It makes me mad, especially when he hasn't been using this gift. It's been very, very infuriating. Because he has the potential to be better than me. He has the potential to be better than a lot of people. The way his brain works. He's just, I don't know how to put it into words. He's just very gifted, very talented. Like naturally. Like he doesn't have to work for it. And that's his curse, is that he hasn't had to work for it. And his coach told him that's why. Like you've just gone through life just getting by because you haven't had to try at anything. You've just been naturally so good and gifted. So you haven't worked out that that willpower, that effort, that fucking grit. You know what I'm saying? Like that fucking iron will. You just haven't fucking built that muscle because you've just been so it's like, damn, like I'm over here just like jealous of this motherfucker, like envious. Just I hate him and I love him because he's like my best friend. But I fucking hate him too because he's not. He has one side of the equation to the extreme. He just has such. It's like a God-given, and I see why people say God-given now because that's the only thing that makes sense for him to be that to have that high of an ability without having to work for it. I see why people say God-given now. That just made sense to me. I was like, why would people always say that? It's because that's the only thing that makes sense. It's for God to have given that to you. For you to have that level of ability. It can't be from man. So it's God-given. Wow, I just got that. But yeah, it's God-given for him. But what curse that has brought to his life is that and I don't even look at it as curse. I look at it as like this another beautiful blessing that he now gets to go through all of this suffering to build that will. Yeah, that seems really beautiful to me. I'd love that. I do love that. I would love to be in that position. Yeah. But good on him. Yeah. I just hope that he's willing to build that muscle. Well, I won't really give him an option to not build that muscle. I haven't really been giving him an option, to be honest with you. I've been on his ass for sure. But yeah, FOMO. Am I gonna regret this 10 years from now? We'll see. I'll post a video 10 years from now, and I'll let the person I am now, my present self, I'll let my present self know. But the person, 10 years from now, this will be my past self. So I'm curious to. That's why I love this journey, in recording myself. And I don't even care. I almost don't want people to watch this stuff. I kind of just want it to be my journal, But I want it to be discovered. I want it to be discovered, 20 years from now. I want these videos to be discovered, just not right now. So yeah. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, to just see the change in myself. That's why I'm really excited about recording these videos because I saw that in Alex a lot where I found him uh got a couple of years ago, and I loved watching his videos, and now the videos he produces now, a couple of years later, now the information goes against itself, and I was like, wow, what a fraud, what a fake, what a phony, and then I was like, wait, that's just me, that's just my projection. He's not a fraud, a fake. He's growing. And that was one of my biggest insecurities, and why I didn't film was because for people to find the change, which I didn't define as change, I defined as discrepancy. It was like a flaw in my mind. Like if you were to change your beliefs and your ideas and your positioning and your stance, that meant you were weak, you know. But it doesn't. It means you're strong. It means you're growing. And that to me is very beautiful now. That process, seeing one of my, probably someone who I look up to the most, go through that, it gives me the strength to do that as well. So thank you for that indirectly, Alex. But yeah.